Unit 2, Lesson 1, Fragment 2.
Welcome to the comic book exhibition, which contains a large collection of comic books, as well as a fine collection of original drawings and sketches. You can trace the history of the comic book from the earliest examples right up to the present day. There are plenty of familiar characters, so you'll see Spider-Man and Batman alongside the Incredibles and other comic book heroes who've become famous through films. You're now standing in front of a very familiar figure, Superman, the ever-popular comic book hero. On your left, you can see some of the earliest sketches of Superman produced by the artist. And if you look at the drawings going along the top of the wall, you can see how Superman evolved over time to adapt to the changing world. Look at how he's become bigger and stronger looking over time. From the first drawings, where he looked like a normal person, to these latest ones, where he's much taller and has huge muscles. If you walk on, you'll come to our collection of Superman toys, including one of the earliest Superman toys, which was a plastic flying Superman from the 1960s. This one was given away free inside packets of cornflakes in the 1960s, but is now worth over £300. Leaving Superman behind, the next comic book hero you'll see is Swamp Thing, a fascinating character who featured in horror comic books in the 1970s. As you can see from the original drawings, Swamp Thing started out as a scientist who was forced to go and live in a muddy tropical swamp after a chemical explosion. The chemicals changed him, forming a monster who looks like a muddy lump of wood with plants growing on it. As with all good comic book heroes, he uses his powers to fight evil, but Swamp Thing fights to protect not only people, but also the environment. Maybe he was the first comic book eco-hero.